Hello there. This is my first Monday motivation from my new home in Edinburgh, Scotland. I'm very excited to be here and starting a new journey. And I want to take a moment to talk about the challenge of finding a group fitness or any kind of fitness space where you feel safe and um, welcome. And if you have that experience, it's not just you. I mean, I have been a Pilates teacher for 7 years. I'm a movement teacher. I've been a dancer all my life. And even I, in a new city, when I went to take a group fitness class, um, was really nervous. And so I have to say that I was surprised also at when I got in there in the kind of tone of the place. I won't name any names, but it was a Pilates oriented fitness place. So I thought I'd feel right at home. And there really is this kind of trend lately of these almost boot camp style reformer based Pilates classes. And I felt very uncomfortable there. I felt like there was sort of a very narrow definition of what good looked like. And the funny thing is, this was a beginner's class. I just signed up for the required, intro class I didn't want to make a thing about it. And I figured, just fine to get. I also hadn't been in a group class in a long time. Um, and it was uncomfortable for me, to be honest. And I felt like there was programming that was very difficult on most people's bodies from my perspective. A lot of things on the wrists, a lot of things that required awkward holding of the neck, a lot of balance challenges that were totally unnecessary. Um, and that if you had any sort of, lightheadedness or just uncertainty on your feet where this was your like first introduction. I can't even imagine being asked to stand consistently on the reformer and pull the strap, which can kind of send your body weight in the opposite direction. And this is not like me slamming the place about safety or anything like that. I mean, I'm sure they have their reasons and they are targeting a specific audience, right? A very athletic audience that sort of gets off on the idea that what they're doing is hard, even if it's not like physically that beneficial. And that was sort of my impression of it. Is like none of this is necessary. It's just like an ego boost, and that just was disappointing to me. And so I want to say that if you find those moments of like walking into a space like that where it seems as if they're kind of judging you or looking for you to demonstrate like a certain look or ability. And I did not fit the look of the room, if you know what I mean. I was not of the body shape and size of most people in the room. Um, and I really, yeah, I think studios or fitness spaces in general, this is not limited to Pilates, don't really realize the messaging that they give just in the way that they show up. And it's really important that we craft language and also programming around normal bodies. And yeah, I was pretty disheartened, but also reminded of why the mission behind Movement Remedies is so important to my heart. Because think about how much of our daily lives, the world that we live in, is kind of designed around negative messaging, reinforcing, you're not enough, you need more Botox, more money, more energy, more sex appeal, more I don't know, intellect, everything. Like I think that there's just this like more of our daily modern life, and I want movement to be a space in which I feel like what I have now is enough. That I'm not like seeking to be something else. I don't like aspirational fitness spaces. I want fitness spaces that say, hey, you showed up, you prioritized yourself, and that is winning today. And grab that win. And it's just always amazes me how rare that sort of mindset or language is used in fitness spaces. I think, in defense of fitness movement teachers, I think there is a pressure to maybe feel like you need to be a motivator to have people aspire to be more. Um, but like I said, I really just think that there's so much about the world that tries to make us feel like we're not enough as we are, that being in a fitness space that's oriented around helping you claim the the miracle that is being alive in this moment is much more beneficial for feeling safe in our bodies, for our mental health, for feeling confident in the movement itself, and being able to get the most out of that movement experience. So I would just encourage you to demand those kinds of spaces. Don't settle for spaces that make you feel inadequate, for movement experiences that leave you feeling like um, I need to improve something in order to show up. Even the language, I got talking with someone in the beginning of class, even the language she was using around how she didn't, have the technique yet. And she felt, kind of, I could tell she felt sort of like she hadn't proven herself. And, I think I think that if that's really motivating to you and you love that, that's fine. But I would, um, really encourage you to experience what it's like to show up for movement, not having to prove yourself, and see if that ultimately leads to a better experience for you. Because remember, like, especially, once we're a little bit older, doesn't really matter, like, if you can wear the like perfect little matchy matchy set and look, good in it. Like, does it matter? It really doesn't. I don't know about you, but I want bone strength. I want to sleep well. I want to feel strong and confident. I want to deep breathe, and I want to get reconnected to my parasympathetic nervous system. Like, these are the things I'm looking for in a movement experience. And I think the majority of the population, which is in that bracket, like, that's what we're really looking for. Um, so yeah, you have a right to demand that and find that, and those places do exist. So those are my 2 cents for today, and look forward to more chats from Scotland.